Hello everyone, this is Bobby again. I say you'll see a lot of me. I'm back again. Um, I'm really have a topic or something that I want to touch on my heart. It's more of dealing with like a relationship, whether it's a spiritual one or just one common one that we all done had, other than being married. Um, my thing is this, like this. What I want to talk on about on this topic is being in a relationship, but if God's in the midst of it. My thing of being God in the midst of a relationship, it means that when you're in a ministry with God and you find that certain someone and that you want to have in your life, you already know, okay, you're gonna have your here and there's. You're gonna have, Satan's gonna be all in the midst of everything because you're trying to get right with God and you want that one to walk beside you, not behind you, will be your wife. That's supposed to be who it's supposed to be. And my thing is like this here. Once you decide that you want to be in a relationship, God's supposed to be in the midst of that. First of all. Second of all, you're supposed to actually allow yourself, you have to go within yourself. Find yourself before you allow someone else to come in your life. You have to be prepared. It's like a foundation. It's like when you're building a home or an apartment or a house or something. You got to build, the stronger the foundation, the better the stability of that structure. My thing is like this is when you bring in someone in your life and you're ready to seek them in, there's some things that you should already know. Because nowadays, when you're in a relationship, it's already extra stuff behind it, which what we would call baggage, but it's more like kids, or maybe it's like some type of things that you have going on yourself, or whether it's still habits that you have, or you're still not ready to change your ways. But my thing is like this here. When you decided that, then here comes where the kids are involved. Man have kids, woman has kids. She comes in. She gets ready. She says, okay, I'm ready to prepare myself to be married. Okay, now, I don't know about anybody else, but where I see fit as a woman being ready to be married is basically allowing herself to make sure that everything is okay with herself and her already blended family, because she's made it's not from you. Then, when she realizes that's what she wants, then she brings the man in, and then she actually be with him and do it the right way, good how God sees fit, if need be, because you're still gonna sinner, because y'all both are sinners. But when y'all met each other, even if y'all were born again, you're still a sinner, like I said in my last one. But at my same time, then you got to think about this. Okay, y'all go down the aisle, you get married, whether it's traditional, whether it's courthouse. Now, y'all married. God's supposed to be in the midst of that. So when God's in the midst of that, you're like, okay, wow, I'm still stuck on my kids being mine. First of all, they're not your kids. They come from you. They're God's kids. Everybody's are God's children. God just plant the seed in you that you and them, whoever you're with, consummated each other. Y'all did what y'all did to do. Y'all did, and you had the baby. If you're a woman, because I'm hoping that you're a woman, and you had the child out of wedlock. Because out of wedlock doesn't mean just I feel that out of wedlock doesn't necessarily just means because you committed adultery to another woman and it's out of wedlock. Out of wedlock means y'all wasn't wedded together, because you're not was one. It's one meaning one accord. Y'all one together. Y'all supposed to do things together and think together and all this stuff like that. With that being said, the rundown I like to call that a lot of females, and I'm not sexist or nothing, is that they tend to never realize this. When you get married to a man, and say you're in a marriage, if God is not first in the point blank, it's not going to work. But if God's in the midst of it, this is how the rundown goes. God is number one. Being your husband or your wife, then your kids. It don't have to be you, because you and your husband are both one. So y'all both are together. So God recognized that and He loves it. And a lot of these marriages don't last today because, number one, God was not in the midst of it. Number two is how they met that person. And number three, their foundation wasn't steady enough, and they didn't do their research and homework on. They didn't marinate everything. They didn't put it all together. They didn't sit down and say, okay, I'm going within myself. I'm going within myself, and I'm going to say, okay, look, I got kids. I got things going on with me. Let me try to change this stuff before I decide to have anybody come in my life. Because this is the long haul thing. This is not something that we get married today. We be together for 2 or 3 years, or 4 or 5, and that's it. That's why you think a lot of people that have been together for 10, 20, 30 years. They done been through hell, back and hell again and stuff, and that's not a curse word, because hell is real. And think about it, it's on earth as we speak. But it's up to you to allow God to be in your life to change all that stuff for you. And I think like this here, that a message that's coming from me, I feel like if I can come out myself and be on this social media, because this is pretty much it too, it's just a voice of my opinion on YouTube, that you should be able, okay, I view it, oh man, he makes sense. If I don't, hey, you know, I can't make no sense out of something that I can't make you like what I say, put it that way. But I can address my opinion and address what I think and what I feel, and know that if it applies to you, then you'll take it and, you know, and you'll ingest it. And, you know, you eat it. It's like the word. When you speak the word, when the word is speak to you, you eat it. That way it's called food. The word is food. You know, when they say food, food means the word. To get it right. But you know what I'm saying? And I enjoy doing this here because it gives me a chance to vent, and let people know that you don't necessarily be on Facebook and all these places to disciple. Discipling means to go out and reach out to non-believers. You got people that do believe, that feel like you can't tell them nothing. They're like, well, I'm a believer now. I'm a saint. And no, you're not. You're not holier than thou. You still are a sinner, because you're in a sinful world. You're still doing sinful things. If you're gossiping and you false witness to your neighbor, which meaning that you, I guess, lying on them or lying about them or saying something that you didn't, that you thought you saw, that's false. It's mean it's not true. So to these people, just get it right, that I'm not just on here just to come out myself. I would love for you all to come and be able to tell me. Drop down a comment if you know what I'm saying, if you like what you viewing, hoping that it'll make my day. I'm blessed regardless, because you know the blood of Jesus is upon me, and I know that. I know there's things that I need work on as well. I'm not a hypocrite, because I would not come at you saying something that I know that I do not believe in. So you all take that in consideration, people, and I'll talk to you all another time, different place. Have a blessed one.